responsibility centers. This topic will be seeing in the cost accounting subject as well as in the group 2 CMA Inter financial management as well as management accounting subject is there. In the management accounting subject also again this responsibility centers, it will appear there also. So it's a dual concept. Dual means here it will repeat here as well as in the management accounting also it will repeat there. When an organization grows, it functions, organizational structure and other related functions also grows in the terms of volume and complexity. Yes, definitely. When a business organization is small, then only one single person can take care of everything. But when a business organization is growing day by day, then the people who needs to take care of the organization also will increase. At the same time, our business transaction, volume of the transactions also will increase. At the same time, complexity in nature also will increase. Why? Because a single person cannot handle all the business areas. To have a better control over the organization, management delegates its responsibility and authority to various departments or persons. So here, when the organization is growing day by day, single person cannot manage all the things. Definitely, he has to assign this responsibility and authority to few other persons. This departments or persons is known as a responsibility center, means for whom we are assigning this job or to whom we are assigning this responsibility, accountability to him or to a department, that is called as here responsibility center, and held for responsible for performance in the terms of expenditure, revenue, profitability and return on investment. Obviously, why? Because one department may be responsible for spending only, one department may be responsible for generating revenue, one department may be responsible for profitability, overall profitability of the organization, and one department may be responsible for whatever the capital we are investing, whether we are getting a proper return or not, to analyze that also. So here there will be different departments here. Performance of these responsibility centers are measured against some set standards and evaluated against organizational goal and performance targets. So this responsibility centers, from time to time it will be analyzed. Analyzed is nothing but they will set some standard for that. Some standard is nothing but they will give some target to them. So this is the amount of expenditure which you have to spend. So this is the standard which is given to them, and this authority, they will analyze what is the standard which is given to the department and what is the amount which is spent by the department. Is there any difference? They spent more, they spent less, then they will analyze the reasons also. Why did they spend more? Why did they spend less? All these type of reasons will be analyzed here. So here, coming to the types of responsibility centers, we are having 4 types of responsibility centers. One is cost center, another one is revenue center, third one is profit center, and fourth one is investment centers. So like this center, responsibility center, has been classified into 4 types. One is cost center, revenue center, profit center and investment center. Cost center. So what do you mean by a cost center? The responsibility center which is held or accountable for the incurrence of cost. In one word we can say the center which is held responsible for the incurrence of cost, that we can call it as a cost center. So give one example, sir, for better understanding purpose. Generally in the organization, manufacturing organization, we know, correct, a raw material will be converted into finished good. Let us take an example here. Here our organization is a water bottle manufacturing company. Our organization is a what? Water bottle manufacturing company. So what is our end product? Our end product is a water bottle. Our end product is a water bottle. So to manufacture the water bottle, first we require raw material. What is the raw material we require here? 2 things. One is machinery we require. Another one is raw material plastic we require. And we require molds also to manufacture these different types of shapes. Okay. So we require this raw material plastic. Correct. Who has to purchase this raw material? Generally in the case of manufacturing organization, there will be different departments will be there. Like purchase department will be there. So this purchase department is responsible for procuring this plastic raw material from the open market. So they will give tenders. They will take quotation from the various suppliers. They will say, this is our requirement. We require so and so tons of plastic raw material. If any vendor, if any supplier is interested, please give their quotations at the lowest prices. Yes, we will take the different quotations from different suppliers, and we will see which supplier is quoting the lowest price. Which supplier is quoting the lowest price with good quality of raw material. Here, this is nothing but a cost center only here, purchase department. Purchase department is cost center only. Why? Because the purchase department is held responsible for what? Incurrence of cost for the purpose of procuring raw material. So this type of center we can say it as a cost center. Here purchase department we can give example here. Purchase department we can give here example for cost center. So coming to the cost center, we are having two types of cost center. One is standard cost center, another one is discretionary cost center. So what is the major difference between a standard cost center and discretionary cost center? I will give one word difference, try to understand. Standard cost center is nothing but a predetermined standard will be already set. A predetermined standard will be already set based upon the past experience. So when the purchasing officer is procuring the raw material from the market, he has to follow such standards. Suppose we are into this plastic bottle manufacturing industry for 20 years. For 20 years means we know generally for what price, at what price and what is the quality we will procure every year from the open market. Now this purchasing officer, he has to refer to the past experience for these many number of years. What is the price which we are spending to procure the plastic raw material or plastic granules? Generally plastic raw material will be available in granules. Granules is nothing but small particles, it will be there. Okay. So this plastic granules, at what price we are procuring from the open market for previous years, we have to see the price, at what price we are spending, at what price we are procuring this. And apart from that, and what is the quality which we are procuring from the market? Primary quality, secondary quality, superior quality, inferior quality, like that we need to. Based upon that, a standard will be already set right. A standard will be already set right means what here? Based upon the past experience, we can purchase this plastic granules per kg 200 rupees. That is the price which will be set here. Standard price will be set for that. Primary quality 200 rupees, secondary quality 150 rupees. This is the price which has been set. This is called as a standard cost center. Under this standard cost center, we need not to worry about the price. Already the price which is prevailing in the market based upon the past experience, that price will be already set. So you need to search for that price and you need to search for that quality and you have to procure from the open market. Whereas discretionary cost center, what do you mean by this? Discretionary cost center. Discretionary cost center is nothing but purchasing price or price decision will be left with the management itself. At what price they have to procure, what quality they have to procure, and from where they have to procure. All these type of decisions will be left with the management itself only, discretion of the management itself only. Then in that case, we will call it as a discretionary cost center. Let us see here technical definition for standard cost center as well as discretionary. In the case of standard cost center, it is a cost center where the costs are predetermined and set as a target to be achieved. Means here we need not to set any price. Already based upon the past experience, the price will be already set right. We need to achieve that price. That's all. That is our duty and responsibility being a cost accountant. That is called a standard cost center. But whereas in the case of discretionary cost center, it is a cost center where the level of resources used is determined by the management. Here we are not going to decide anything. It is purely depending upon the management. The management wants how much quantity they want, what quality they want, how much price they want, what price they have to procure. All these things will be decided by the management itself. This type of cost center will call it as a discretionary cost center. Understood, I hope. Next, revenue center. What do you mean by a revenue center here? the center which is responsible for generation of revenue. The center which is responsible for generation of revenue for the entity. Generally, for the revenue center, we will take example as sales department or marketing department. The sales department or marketing department is taken as an example for a revenue center. Why? Because in the sales department, what they will do? Sales is nothing but they will sell our end products to the customers and they will generate revenue to the organization. So that sales department is accountable and responsible for generation of revenue. Our marketing department is also accountable and responsible for generating revenue. In that case, these departments are called as which centers here? Revenue centers, not profit. These are called as which centers? Revenue centers. Next, profit center. The center which is responsible for both generation of revenue and incurrence of expenditure. Here, the profit center will be held responsible for both. They are responsible for generating the revenue also and they are responsible for incurrence of expenditure also. Why? Because profit is nothing but the difference between the sales and expenditure, right? Difference between the sales and expenses. From the sales, if you minus all our cost or expenses, then the resultant figure is nothing but profit. Here, the profit center is held responsibly both. They are responsible for the generation of revenue as well as incurrence of expenditure also. So here the difference we will call it as a profit. That profit is called as here profit center. Okay now. Here, if you see the differences between cost center, revenue center, profit center. Cost center is held responsible for incurrence of cost. Cost center is held responsible for what? Incurrence of cost. Whereas revenue center is held responsible for generation of revenue to the organization. Whereas profit center is responsible for both generation of revenue as well as incurrence of expenditure also. This is the difference between cost center, revenue center and profit center. And coming to the fourth one, we have investment center. Yes, generally when a business organization is generating profits, 100% of the profits no organization will consume. 100% of the profits no organization will consume. Definitely a certain portion of profits will be set aside. Generally a certain portion of profits will be set aside for future business expansion purpose. Future business expansion purpose. Then whatever the profits which is kept aside, there must be some accountable person to invest in some proper channel through proper place where the return will be generated. Where the return will be generated. That is only called as investment center. Generally this investment center is responsible not only for the profitability, whatever the profit which is generating, that needs to be invested in some another place which will generate us profits. The best example for investment sector we can say Navaratna companies or Maharatna companies. Maharatna is nothing but this is a public sector. This is a public sector undertaking without prior approval of the central government. If any sector or if any business is giving profits, definitely they will invest in that sector. Under this Maharatna we can see NTPC will be there, ONGC will be there, HPCL will be there, BHL will be there. They are different companies, they are different sectors. Any sector which is giving profit, if you are investing that sector, any sector which is going to generate profit, then without the prior approval of central government itself they will invest. That is called as Maharatna companies, Navaratna. You can check in the Google also in detailed information. Okay. So this is called as investment centers. Generally these investment centers are responsible for investing our capital in a area or in a department or in an organization which will generate revenue for the business organization. So these are the most important cost accounting terms which we have to learn. So only these cost accounting terms, there are many other cost accounting terms, because in the accounts also, you know, accounts generally you will start with the trial balance, profit and loss, final accounts. The answer is no. Prior that you will learn journal entries. Before learning journal entries also you will learn technical terms in the accounting, like who is a debtor, who is a creditor, right? What is a capital, what is a drawings. Same way in the cost accounting also, directly we cannot jump into the costing. We need to learn many technical terms which is related to this cost accounting field. Okay. So let us learn more cost accounting terms in the next session.